was. The white men who owned it, who used to own our grandparents and our mamas and daddies too, could tell us whatever they wanted, and wasn't nothing we could do. Couldn't go over to the county courthouse for help like we heard of white folks doing. Not when the lawyer, the jury, and the judge was white men with tenants who looked like us, cheated tenants like us. If we was to question our landlords or give 'em lip, they could lie that we still owed 'em so they could keep us bonded, like in the old days. Or they could throw us off the land, or give us a choice. If y'all fool enough to think you can find better, you can leave this instant, 'cause y'all free now. And ain't that what y'all wanted? Then the war over there in Europe began, and some men we knew got drafted and left. But when them boll weevils came last year, our men started clearing out. And not just to the next county or town like we been doing our whole lives, trading one farm for the other, giving up Campbellton for Madrid, then Dothan, Reeder's Mill for Clio, then Headland. Our men took trains headed up north to New Jersey for jobs with good pay, and we considered marrying just to follow 'em. Some of our elders ain't understand, even when the white folks who owned the acres we lived on started going hungry too. Y'all ain't afraid of what's up there. It wasn't like us girls needed to run away from lynching as much as our men. Sure, we'd tense up whenever we got caught alone with white men, who could drag us off somewheres and fill up our bellies with babies we ain't want. But our men was likely to just get theyselves killed for something as big as land, if they was lucky enough to own it, or as trifling as a wink, or for nothing at all except being colored. Then the old-timers ruminated on they coming-up days, when white folks took care of 'em no matter what. President Lincoln, they said, might have set us free like Moses, but freedom wasn't all it was cracked up to be. In the old days, you had a roof over your head, a new set of clothes every Christmas, and food to eat. You never lacked, 'cause even if your master lost his money and sold you to survive, your new one had to provide. As the good book said, "Masters, give unto your servants that which be just and equal, knowing ye also got a master in heaven." If we could have talked back to our elders, we would have reminded them how they also used to say, some masters ain't heed the good word. They could work you into the next world and get the insurance man to give 'em money for the loss. You couldn't learn to read or write or cipher without getting whooped with cowhide or losing a hand or worse. Whenever Master pleased, he could sell you far down river so you'd never see your kinfolk again. And you couldn't just walk off and take your chances elsewhere, like our men was doing, even if you was scared of what you'd find. And as for Moses, he ain't stay living up under them pharaohs. He took his people away to a land they could call their own. The letters coming from up north said we could buy us homes and even land without hassle up there. The houses was made with basements and brick and mortar, not the dirt floors and leaky roofs and newspaper on the walls we had down here. Us women could stay at home all day, baking blackberry pie for our husbands and children. We could have hands like the lily white ladies in the Sears Roebuck catalog, real soft and smooth, 'cause we'd cream 'em every night. The only cotton we'd touch would be our dresses and gloves and the baby's diapers. Our husbands would come home every Friday night from their jobs at that Arms and Fuse Company in Bloomfield and at Crucible Steel in Harrison with a whopping $20 in their pockets. After supper, we'd dance a rag in the living room to one of them Joplin tunes, spinning on our brand-new player piano. Then our husbands would swing our children onto their shoulders, pile us into a shiny new Packard, and drive us to see the latest Charlie Chaplin or whatever other picture show was hot. On election day, our husbands could cast their votes for the local mayor or even for the president. We could all of us walk down the sidewalks without stepping aside for white folks. Look into their eyes, too, and stop calling them ma'am and sir.